Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to get into a little bit of sewing, a little bit of crafting, and a little bit of the outdoors. So if you hang on, I'll show you what we're into.
Check it out.
Alright guys, yesterday we put out a video on the haunted homestead, and in that video Tina wore several different costumes that everybody seemed to enjoy, but the one we got the most comments on was my ghillie suit that she was wearing, and we had a lot of interest in it, and people seemed to have some questions. So I'm gonna put up a quick clip of Tina wearing it in the video, and then we're gonna get inside and we're gonna check it out. We'll get it out and we'll see what's done on it, what's not done, and how it was done. But it's a project that you guys can do yourself. I sewed the entire thing, and it's just something you might have some fun making, so we thought we'd take a look at it since people seemed interested. It's a little off the beaten path, but we've got a great canning recipe lined up for tomorrow. We'll get back on track, but we're going to be responsive to the viewers here for a minute, and we'll check his ghillie suit out.
Check it out.
Okay guys, we're just going to take a look here at the ghillie suit real quick. This is the front view. I made it from a pattern for a jumpsuit. It's just a regular full-bodied suit, got a big zipper in the front, but went ahead and put that zipper in. We custom made a hood for it. It's kind of like a sniper's hood. It'll reach out over a scope, but I'll show you that here when we go into the details of it. But I'll show you we're not quite finished down here, but we put zippers in the legs, that way we can put it on and off over boots. But that's kind of the front view of it. Like I said, we'll get in closer and look at some of the details here in a second, but that's how it looks from the front. Alright guys, this is how it kind of looks from the back. It's not really exciting. The jute kind of covers up a lot of the detail, but the areas that we didn't finish will show off the woodland camo that I used to make the original pattern with. Now this is fully lined, so I'll show you how I did that, but that's what's underneath the jute is a woodland camo pattern. But we'll get up in here and look at some of the details in just a second. Alright guys, for a little bit of perspective, we're here right square in the middle of the back, and I want you to take a look at this zipper we put in here. It's probably 16 inches across, shoulder to shoulder, and it opens up into a pocket that's probably over a foot deep. But it's a great way to carry stuff out to the field, and when that zipper's closed, the jute falls back over it, and it's almost impossible to see. You might not have been able to see it in the back view I just showed you. But that's one thing we built into it, and I'll show you some more. Alright, this is going to be a little hard to show, but if you can see, there's this is the bottom of a large pocket, and this is the bottom of a smaller pocket sewed right over the top of it. And I'll try to open these up here, but it has we left the pockets intact. In fact, we even added some layers to the pockets. But that's a rear pocket like where you would keep your wallet, but it's a 2-layer pocket, and that doesn't have that much jute on it. But there's the other butt cheek, and when the jute's on it, you can't see the pockets at all, but they're still usable. Alright, we're back to the front. I wanted to show you the inside of it. It has this black felt lining in it, and if you can see the stitch lines in it, what we did is we cut out two copies of the pattern, one from the camo and one from the felt, and in between them I put some activated charcoal, but then we stitched them together almost like quilting, and what that does is that keeps the interior lining from sliding back and forth, you know, independent of the outside lining. So we went ahead and lined the entire thing in felt, and we'll find something else to show you, but that's how it's insulated. But you can wear it in the early deer season. It can be worn without much else under it, but it's awful warm, especially being a one-piece suit. So, but that's the interior lining. I'll show you out here on the outside how we kind of quilted them together. Alright guys, here's the unfinished part of the back of one of the legs, but it's a great place to see where once we got the two pieces of the pattern laid over each other, Then went back over it with the sewing machine and quilted them so that, like I said, so that one layer won't slide independent of the other. But once that jute's put through there, it's impossible to see these lines. And I keep saying we. I actually sewed this all myself. This has become a personal project with me, and though it's taken me a long time, I want to be able to claim it when it's done. So Tina's done a lot to show me a lot about sewing, but this is one I'm doing on my own. All right, guys, this is the bottom of one of the legs. I wanted to bring you in and show you. I put zippers on the outside seams of both legs so that I could open the bottoms of them up and be able to put the ghillie suit on without taking my boots off. So don't pay any attention to the jute knots. I'll explain those here in a second. Alright guys, this is pretty hard to show because this entire suit is designed not to be seen. But what we're looking at here is the opening for one of the front pockets. And the other thing I did was I left a slot so that I can actually reach inside the suit from outside the suit. So if I need to adjust something or anything, then we can actually get in here and reach inside the suit. But this right here is a functioning front pocket. Alright, we'll get in close on some of this jute rope here. It's held up really well. This is probably, I don't know, several years old now. But there's 3 different colors of jute in here. There's a dark brown, the light straw brown, and then you can see some of this green jute work here. But each piece of jute is put on there by hand. I cut them all to length, but I'll show you how we got them on there so they'll stay on there. But we haven't had any trouble with them falling out yet. I have a lot of work to do. There are thousands of threads of jute here, each one put on by hand. So this isn't ideal. This isn't even cost effective. You can buy ghillie suits for probably a fifth of what I've got in this. But it's just something that I wanted to make for myself. It's something you can do for yourself if you want. But there's the jute, and I'll show you how we hooked it to it. Alright guys, this is a view of the inside of the suit. And these are the ends of the jute ropes. And as you can see, they have a double knot tied in each end. And then what I did is I pulled the strand through the entire suit, so they help hold the layers together too. But I pulled the entire strand of jute rope through with a sail needle. And then on the outside, I'll come up here and look at the outside. On the outside, there's just a single knot. So tie a double knot in it, pull it through, get it to the outside, and then tie a single knot so it can't pull back through. Now these materials are pretty dense, and I haven't had any trouble with the jute pulling out. I'm sure there's better ways to do it, but I've seen a lot of people use like the rug hooks and stuff like netting. But this is just how I did it. I tied a double knot in each strand, pulled it through, put a single knot on it. That holds them in place, and that's the result. And that'll be even thicker as I keep going on the suit. So it's just taken me a long time to do it, but I enjoy doing it, and I work on it in my free time. And it's just something you can do for yourself. Alright, I've been over and over this thing about 50 different ways to try to show you this. But if you look right here, you can see there's a layer of camo stitched on top of the layer of camo below. And what that is, there's some real fine quilt work in there. There's an extra layer of the insulation and an extra layer of camo on the knees and the elbows. So I reinforced both. It's just really, really hard to show on camera. But there's the edges of it. We're right here at the base of the knee. And we did the same thing on the elbows. I wish I'd have filmed this while I was making it, but that would have taken a long time, and we haven't been on YouTube that long. So, but anyway, the knees and the elbows are reinforced, and we'll find something else to look at. Alright guys, there's no great way to show it, but I wanted to try to give you a perspective of the size of this hood. It's probably two or three times the size of a regular hood. It's attached way out at the corners by the shoulders, and it has enough reach to reach forward, not only to cover the entire face, but it can reach out and cover about the front half of a scope too. But it's completely covered in the jute, and but I wanted to give you a, I don't know if I can back out. There's the length of the arm. There's the arm right there, just to show you how big that hood really is. But anyway, it's a great way. I don't have to uncover to look through a scope, and it's still, I can pull it back far enough and let the jute hang that I can see out of it. Like you saw when Tina was wearing it the other day, she could see where she was going, but it's impossible to see a face through it. So we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. That's about all the interesting little features of it. It's not real complex. It's just taking a long time to do, and I really enjoy it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll be right back to talk to you. Hey guys, one more quick thing before I take off. If you guys out there watching are getting ready to rip a corner off my man card because I sewed the ghillie suit together, then you're really going to hate this, because I also crocheted this two-ended hand warmer. I can take it with me. I made it out of camo yarn. I take it with me out in the field. I usually put it in that back pouch, and I can shove my hands in both ends, and it's insulated on the inside the same way the suit is. But I thought I'd give you a look at that. If the sewing cost me a corner on the man card, then I'm afraid the crocheting is going to have to cost me another one, because I can do that too. Alright guys, that's pretty much going to wrap it up for today's video. We hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit the thumbs up button and leave us a comment down below. Tell us what you thought of it, what you might do different, or if you've ever made one, then tell us about it. But we've got some other videos coming up. We've got a canning video set to come out tomorrow. I don't want to spoil it, but it's a really fun recipe. But we also have a couple videos we put out recently if you'd like to see them. We did one on our fall garden, and we got a lot of broccoli and stuff going on out there. I'm gonna put a link to it up above. But if you guys want, you can check that out. We really depend on our fall gardens to make up for any losses we've had during the year. But we also have another video that's our sweet potato harvest video. I know a lot of people are getting ready to harvest this time of year, and we're gonna go ahead and we got ours pulled out. We had a pretty average year, but you can follow along with that. I'll put a link for it up there too. But we hope you enjoy the content here on the channel. If you do, please subscribe. There's a bell down there next to the subscribe button. If you'll ring that bell, that'll send you notifications whenever we release new videos. That's a great way to keep up with the channel. But if you would, please hit that thumbs up button, leave us a comment down below. We'll catch you in the next one.